Pete, tell me, are there any inspections like there are in the United States here in constructing your new home?
Not like they have in the United States, but the only inspection you have here is with IMSS, the Mexican health insurance, that when you construct a house, that each worker is supposed to be covered with health insurance in case there's an accident. So the IMSS may arrive at any time they want and check and make sure that whoever you claim is working, and you're not doubling the amount of people and paying for only half. Other than that, there's no electrical inspections and there's no engineering inspections, because basically they know this is your home and you're paying for it. And if you supervising the work or have an engineer or an architect supervise the work, those are the three inspectors: you or the architect or an engineer, however you choose to build a house.
Pete, you know that a lot of Americans are worried about safety in Mexico because the State Department issues warnings and things like that, and then they read about all sorts of stuff in the news. What's your opinion about that?
I think it's totally exaggerated. It's not exaggerated in the sense that there are drug cartels in certain areas that are war with other drug cartels, and that the government of Mexico is fighting it extremely hard with their military and their Marines and police. But to be honest with you, in 10 years of living in Mexico, I've never even seen a fight. Not even a fight. I've never seen an argument on the street, face-to-face, two people. Here in Mexico, you'll find that we don't have the violent crime like we have in the States. There's no kids going to school with guns killing other kids. The murder rate in this town is probably 3 people since the beginning of time in this town. It just, it doesn't exist. Mexicans are not violent people. I'm not saying a drug cartel are not violent, but they're not going to be violent to me or to you because you're not dealing drugs. They're only violent to each other because there's such large money. But as far as security, this is not a violent country. These are not violent people. You're not going to have any of that threat like you have, like I've lived with all my life in the United States.
Pete, tell me, if you owned your own home here, and you were either single or married, how much would it cost you to live over here?
Well, basically, I have a single friend, and he owns a house here, and he lives on pretty comfortably on $100 a week, which is $400 a month, $5,000 a year. Now, I'm married, and we have a maid, and we eat out probably 3 or 4 times a week. We drive a lot of gasoline. We spend about $1,200 a month, including electricity, gas, maid, food, car insurance, the whole thing. But again, that's what we spend. But could we live less? We could live, a couple of us, we could live, me and my wife, on $600 a month if I wanted to. But we live a life that I couldn't live on the same life in the States on. Because when I retired, I was making $40,000 a year 10 years ago. I live better now on 1/3 of that money than I lived back then. I never had a maid in the United States. Got a maid 3 days a week. It's a fabulous life on $1,200 a month.
Tell me about medical insurance here in Mexico.
Medical insurance cost us about $230 US a year a piece. That covers all medicine, all doctor visits, all hospital bills, surgery, everything. Total. No copay, no nothing. You buy it once every year, about $230 US bucks, covers everything. Not dental, but all doctors, medicine, and hospital. In fact, my wife was in the hospital. She had heart tests done that cost over $50,000 in the States. She had all that done here, and when we left, they shook our hand and we walked out. Not a penny. In fact, they just gave us some medicine and we left. It's the best program I've ever experienced. In fact, I canceled my American insurance, and that's what I have right now, same as she has, the Mexican insurance.